it's really magical in the sense that it's a very free-spirited place for artists to gather. I mean, the scenic beauty, the history, certainly deserts have always been places that have attracted artists. And here we're a desert that has a river running right through our center. I was actually speaking to a writer the other day who says, I've lived here for 20 years, but this is the first time that we started to come together as a community.
I've got to tell you that the explosion in the arts over about the past 3 or 4 years has just been incredible. The numbers of new groups coming in, the numbers of individuals moving into the area that are professional performers, just the synergy that's going on, the energy that's created from all of this is absolutely incredible. I look forward to a whole new tier where it's like the bottom bursts out and we become the arts mecca for the western part of the U.S. Small town version, of course. LA doesn't have to worry about us yet, but it won't be long.
I think the arts have a great impact on our community. It's been proven, there was just an assessment done that arts help children in science and mathematics as well as in other creative processes. So I think the arts have definitely an impact when it comes to kids and adults as well. Arts are a way of communicating with each other on an even playing field. So someone who's 75 can watch the same performance as someone who is 7 and they can each get something out of it. I think it becomes a great piece of our community as we promote it and we celebrate it together.
Journey to the Center of the Arts is the most wonderful program that the Theater Coalition started to do at its very inception. And part of its mission is to provide opportunities for children to be educated in the arts. And every summer for 6 weeks, we have an organization of 4 instructors, one for visual art, one for dance, one for music, and one for theater. And groups of children come together, children I say, talking maybe 7 years old to about 16. And they come together to participate in workshop classes with these various artistic professionals. And they work to create a performance. And they create a script from that. They sometimes create their own musical instruments to play as part of the final creation. They create, of course, all the sets and the costumes, and they choreograph dances and write some of their own music occasionally. And the kids just had a fabulous time with it. They love being inside a theater, creating art. They actually have worked together, they have created something so that they come out of this saying, look what I've done. I've done a fabulous piece of theater here, and my buddies that I have met this summer have created this with me. Didn't I do a wonderful job? And they did.
Welcome to Wingfield Park and the first annual Reno Renaissance Festival.
Well, it's a way to show people history in a different fashion. You see, here it's not dry, it's not on a page in a book. It's not a dead subject. It's a living experience. Everything changes. We find out new things every day. And as we find out things, we can show other people. We do sword fighting, we do armoring. Almost all the weapons over there were made by myself or other people in my guild. Everything from the utensils that we have and the cups that we drink from, the cooking, the clothing, the fighting styles, the games we played, everything.
A great event that got started within Uptown Downtown Art Town is the Latin Jazz and Salsa Festival that's produced by Ahora English-Spanish newspaper here in Reno. And what they've done is pull together a tremendous lineup of wonderful music. They start in the afternoon, go all afternoon, and in the heat they had hundreds of people out there dancing to this fabulous, like infectious music. Even Charo came down. She was here doing her gig at the Nugget, and she so much loves this festival that this year she timed her Nugget appearance to make sure that she would be here for the last day of the Latin and Salsa Festival that she could perform in.
Reno is unique as a city. Everybody that has ever lived here knows that the uniqueness of Reno is what is the glue that keeps people here once they get here. And I think that it's that feeling, the don't give a damn state, as they've always said about Nevada, and the bright, clear air of the Reno area that has created a feeling of opportunity for artists that move here. And it has been a blank slate for a while in terms of the creation of art. There's great opportunity. There had in the past not been a whole lot going on where you could pull from some folks if you knew people here that perhaps wandered into your arena that had similar taste in art as you. But the great opportunity now to work with true professionals moving to the area, quote unquote retiring to the area and then starting a new career once they got here, I think has enticed then other people looking on saying, I would like to get out of the big city. I don't like the rat race of Los Angeles, of Chicago, of San Francisco, of Las Vegas even, saying I want to come to a place where I can create pure energy kinds of art without all the other stuff that goes with living in a big city. And they say, Reno's it. Reno is growing and changing and we want to be a part of it.
The Sierra Folklife Festival is it's an interesting combination of cultures. It really focuses on the cultures of the people who live in our area. We don't bring a lot of people in from outside. It's you know, the Shoshone, the Paiute, the Washoe Indians, the East Indian people, the Chinese, the Thai. It really brings together our community on a different cultural basis through live performances all day long, live demonstrations of traditional crafts, and of course the best part is the food. Traditional food, being able to buy it and taste it and sample it, all adds to the flavor of the day, and I think that it's a fun thing to do.
Oh, the Great Basin Chautauqua is one of the true gifts to our area here in the Truckee Meadows. The organization that sponsors it has worked very hard to allow artistic freedom to the men and women who have taken on the momentous project of studying a character and going out and performing in costume as this character. And then, of course, answering questions from the audience about this character and the character's lifetime. It's like getting a PhD in the knowledge of a particular character in history to go out and perform in this. There's also a children's Chautauqua, a youth Chautauqua, where kids that I've seen as young as 6 and 7 years old have taken on the persona of, for instance, Amelia Earhart, and studied totally this person's history, everything that they can find about them. They read about them. They ask parents and friends who have some familiarity with who Amelia Earhart was to give their impressions of the character. But eventually it's this child or this adult in front of a whole tent of people taking on the persona of a person in history. And what we all learn from that is phenomenal.
Uptown Downtown Art Town had a fabulous thing happen last year when the U.S. Conference of Mayors came to town. Because we've been working so closely to develop this festival for the city as a way to bring our community and the public back downtown to do something that they love to do with their families and friends. And then we built it based on this innovative structure of shared costs among a lot of groups to get a bigger benefit for the whole. We actually were awarded a huge award from the U.S. Conference of Mayors when they were in Reno last June. It was the City Livability Award, and we got the Outstanding Achievement Award for putting together such a fabulous program on behalf of a city to try to reinvigorate the economy and the cultural life of a downtown area.
Oh, the Great Basin Book Festival that is put on by Nevada Humanities Committee is the most fabulous gift to Northern Nevada.
In just a few years, we're entertaining huge names of writers that you would expect to see in big cities. And what we're learning from those writers is when they come here, they love the intimacy of how the audience interacts in these panel discussions and readings. They love the environment being on this island in the middle of the Truckee River or in the churches for readings. And all we've had is positive response for this growing event. Last year in the rain, we think that more than 5,000 people came down. The booksellers who were there with their wares were most pleased and sold a ton of books in spite of downpours throughout the day.
I think the future of the arts in our community is burgeoning. I really believe that the future is going to get better and is going to grow. I've seen in the last few years quite a few new organizations pop up and new things being done. And Nevada is a unique place, and especially Northern Nevada, and we're creating niches in the arts for ourselves, and we're finding that the community is very supportive of what we're trying to do and how we're trying to do it. So I think that the arts are only going to grow. I think if the Riverside Project happens and the artists' lofts are downtown, it's going to change the face of what downtown looks like, and I think that we're going to become a much more artistic community, all in all.
Yeah, Rolling on the River series has been fantastic. It's as part of the News and Review, they are also trying to get really Reno's kind of youth and Generation X and even, baby boomer with me down to the park, sitting out on the river at the end of the week on a Friday night and enjoying really great music. We watched their success just boom this year with audiences that topped 1,000 each Friday night. And what was really fun is the nights we backed Rolling on the River with, let's say, the ballet or the opera or theater, we got these great crossover groups where you'd have, families with little kids coming, and then the hacky sack kicking kids in one part of the park, and then you'd have senior citizens who were there enjoying the end of the concert, and I think actually enjoying the ends of the concert before what they came to see was maybe theater or ballet. So it's this wonderful kind of crossover with Rolling on the River, and I'm looking forward to that program expanding.
The the live arts are like nothing else. It's like no TV, no movie, no anything that you sit in your home or in a movie theater to see. When you're out there and you're touching the real live creators of the art that's occurring, it's reaffirming your life. Can't be beat. Go for it.